we are the URT. This is the URT. Welcome to the URT. Big up Jamie Wayne. He's in early. Big up to everybody. Yeah. Big up. If Arsenal get your Caress and Cunha this summer, they will be dangerous. Yes. I wish we was in an Arsenal position. They're already challenging. Yeah, but we're not that team, bro. We're not there. Like for the Glazers. F the Glazers. But big up to everybody. Love and light. Please welcome. Big up to man like, Jarvis, Bowley 77, Tactical the Devils for the intro and production. Big up to the masses. You know what I mean? It is what it is. We're here where we are. Big up to all you lot. Please smash your likey. Smash the like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. The question is tonight, will they turn up? As we look at the preview tonight, and plus we've got we also have a little bit. We did a little scouting report on our friend Liam Delap. Big up URT Army. We are live now with, you know what I mean? We're live now with Bowley. Oh, I hope you can come on. I don't even know if you can come on. You might not be able to come on, actually. Jarvis and at Sean Thomas. Big up, people. Please smash a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're already subscribed. And then we got Black Rain. Hopefully the boys are coming on tonight, people. We got Black Rain and maybe Ben. We'll have Ben as well. Hopefully he'll be coming on. If not, no worries. I'm just tagging them all on Twitter. I don't even know if any of them are coming on. You know what I mean? Any of them. Let's have a look at Elmore. Yeah, there you go. For the Lyon and Delap Scout report. Scouting report. Glazers out. 1 second, people. I'm just writing the Glazer Radcliffe out, mate. There you go. We've got it. We're tweeting that out, people. We're tweeting that out. But it is what it is, people. Big up to all of you. Welcome to the URT. This is the URT. Hopefully, people. Jarvis, jump on. Just tune in or jump in a minute. Yeah, love Jarvis. No problem. Take your time, man. Take your time. If you got time, no problem. Delap when Osimhen Gorkes are available. Fuck it. Yeah, Ineos. Well, we'll see. We shall see, people. We shall see. But welcome. We got a bit of a jam-packed show for you tonight. Let's go, people. Let's go. Let's get at this. Let me have a look. Let me have a look. You know, we're looking at the Delap preview. Delap. Yeah. We're looking for Delap tonight, people. Delap. Man like Delap, man like Delap. Yeah. But big up to everybody. Yeah. Will they turn up? That's the question we're asking tonight. Well, the United lot turn up. Will they turn up? Will they turn up? That's the question. Will they turn up? What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. What do you guys think? Yeah. What do you guys think? Genuinely, I want to know. What do you guys believe and think? Will they turn up? You know, will they turn up? Will they or will they not? What do you guys think? Will they or will they not turn up? That's the big question. I don't know. I genuinely do not know. We don't know Lyon. I've not watched Lyon in a while. I think Lyon are not an easy team to play against. I think Lyon have gone through their like dark times and they're on the way up. Obviously, Lyon used to be one of the best teams in France before PSG became this global big club. Lyon were battling it out for the league. Actually, that league was the most competitive because you will have like Montpellier win the league, you will have Bordeaux win the league, you will have Nantes back in the day win the league. So you had Monaco win the league. You know, it was a quite competitive league actually, that French league. But then Paris Saint-Germain come and have not lost a game this season in the league. Nobody's managed to beat them. They've not lost one game. Nurad, I've been following for a long time. Hats off to you. You've always spoken facts. You're always the guy to speak about the structure, and you've always been correct. Yeah, big up, man. Hashash, big up, man. Big up to you, man. Love, thank you for the encouragement. Thank you for the support throughout the years. Appreciate you. Listen, we've got a little community here, man. We don't, we tell it as it is. We keep it real, raw on this channel. We keep it real and raw. We don't try to do it. We try to keep it real and raw. You know what I mean? We keep it real and absolutely raw on this channel. So that's one thing we can never be accused is lying to fans. One thing we can never be accused is clickbaiting fan base. We don't do that. We come from it. We have a different angle compared to the most. We're very cynical about the way this football club is run. We don't trust anybody. We don't trust this football club. We don't trust the decision making and the structure and the Glazers and Ineos. We don't trust these people. We don't blindly get behind because we've seen what they've done. We were against Ineos from day one. And now a lot of the fans are feeling it, the reasons why we were against them. Because we did research. We looked at Nice, see how they treated the fans in Nice. We know how they treat the coaches at Nice. So there's a reason for that. Yeah. Big up to everybody, man. Big up Davey, man. Big up Danny as well. Love. I think Madrid's out. I see Arsenal scoring again. Wow. So that's life. Wow. Wow. I didn't even, you know what? I've not watched any football tonight. Let me just get the Champions League results. What's going on here? What's going on here? Let's have a look. Let me get this. I'm not even know what the scores are tonight. Wow, that is unbelievable. Bayern Munich, Inter Milan, 2-1 Inter Milan. Wow. Wow. Arsenal smashed Rice. Wow. Kamavinga got sent off. 2 yellows in the 94th minute. Rice with 2. Mikel Merino with 1. Wow. Arsenal slapped them. Arsenal absolutely slapped them. Damn, Madrid are absolutely well. If anybody can come back, to be fair, it's Madrid. But Arsenal will score, like I said, Jamie Wayne, they will score. I was at a friend's get-together for some food with all my crew, and we had a nice meal this evening. I was working till about after 7, so I had a nice meal, but I forgot the game was on. I hardly ever watch Champions League now that Manchester United are not in it. It hurts me, man. It hurts me that we're not in there, but yeah. Rice with 2 free kicks. Wow, okay. Wow, 2 free kicks, yeah. That's naughty free kicks. Wow. This is crazy. Rice turning on the Zola. Turning on the Beckham, yeah? Naughty free kicks. I've never seen Declan Rice score a free kick. Wow, worldies. People are saying naughty. People are saying You know, Rice free kicks, man. Rice. Masterclass from Declan Rice. Declan earned to be the Vasin Biryani. Wow. The Brees. You know, that's what they call in my language. Brees. My language. Brees. Mr. Brees banged in 2 goals tonight, yeah? Two proper worldies. Listen, I need to have a look at this on Twitter. Bumbaye, where are you, Bumbaye, you little shit? Jump on, where is he? Let me ring Bumbaye. Hold on a minute there. Bumbaye, where are you? Let me ring his ass. Where the blood murder show wrote he? Where is he? Let me see where Bumbaye is. Get on, man. Hurry up, you little shit. Right. Yeah, I've spoke to him. He's coming. He's coming, people. He's coming. He's coming. He's having it. He's coming.
Hello.
Hello. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. How are you?
Mr. Intro Maker. The intro maker. Bowley. Mr. Tactical Devils. Mr. The Devils.
Yes.
Watch out, mate. Intro Maker. Video edit.
Sometimes I do good. So big
you
up
do
everybody,
good
big
all
up
the
to
time,
the
man.
therapy army. I hope you all have smashed the like the way we want it. We need all the likes. And
Jarvis,
by the
I didn't
way,
watch it. I didn't watch any football. I went to a meal with some friends. I didn't watch any of the things. So I'm just trying to see some of the goals, man. But was it a good game? They got smashed.
I saw the goals, but I didn't see. I watched Inter Bayern Munich because I love watching Inter. Their coach Inzaghi. Wow, I'm so fascinated by the way he plays.
His tactics, yeah.
I'm looking for it.
Oh shit!
Oh,
yes, guys. How are you?
What are you saying?
Good evening. Sorry, mate.
I've just woke him up. He's been sleeping on the couch.
Oh dear. I was bit of Jim Morrison there. The doors going on.
Oh,
bit late doors for me. This one, but yes, gentlemen. Sorry, Jarvis. Please continue.
Yeah. The Doors. Val Kilmer passed away the other day.
You're
joking?
Was
brilliant in the Doors movie.
Oh, I love Val Kilmer, man.
Yeah.
Oh man, he did a documentary about it. What were we talking about? Let me not just interrupt this like a train crash. Sorry, man. Jarvis,
we talked about the Champions League games tonight. I don't know if you caught the results and what happened.
I watched Declan Rice magician tonight. Wow. What the hell were those free kicks?
Declan Rice,
Big up Johnny B.
Did you see Declan Rice, dude? I've never seen Declan Rice could bend it like Beckham tonight, mate. Rolling back to Beckham, mate.
Honestly, those free kicks were top draw. I'm
just watching the first one, I think. And he's literally, the ball is like, look, it comes back from the crowd.
Oh, mate. Wow. It was a Roberto Carlos job.
The bend was crazy on that one.
Yeah. Honestly, I did not think Declan Rice had stuff like that in his locker, I have to say.
I've not seen him score free kicks. I think I might have seen him score one free kick, for what do you call it? For West Ham once. It's crazy.
Do you know what? I watched Declan Rice.
Oh my God, the second one is even better. Oh my God.
Unreal, right?
The second one is even more amazing than the first one.
Yeah.
The second one is top bins.
Top bins, man. You should see the goal. The third goal was beautiful as well if you watch it.
Oh my God, the second one is just crazy.
Isn't it?
The second one is crazy. Oh my gosh. The second one. It's like prime. It's prime.
Pirlo would be proud of those free kicks. I'm not joking.
Beckham.
Man. Yeah.
Like to me, the best free kick taker that I've ever seen is a guy called Juninho. Used to play for Lyon, actually.
Oh, Pernambucano. Yeah.
Oh my God. I don't know if you've ever seen it, Jarvis. He used to hit the
Juninho, yeah.
Yeah. he used to hit the valve. You know the ball. He used to get and he used to hit the valve. The ball used to go like that. When he hits it, the further the better. So 37 yards, he used to hit it by the valve, and the ball would go like that and go boom in the corner. Honestly,
I remember.
Let's so, bro. We're talking about Declan Rice magic tonight. I don't know if you've seen the free kicks.
Go watch it. Go watch it on Twitter. You find
Honestly,
it.
Unbelievable. Both of them, both free kicks, knockout.
I lose Arsenal, so yeah, I'm not happy that they won.
He's never in his. Mark my words. I'm gonna predict something here. Declan Rice is never gonna be able to hit a free kick like that ever again. Like the second one. The second one is literally in that box. Look at my hands. He puts it there. He puts it there in the corner.
Yeah. Man,
like
do you know
like that? The ball goes in that corner by my hands.
Nora, do you know there's these two guys, right? You'll know them. You guys in the comments as well. Good evening to everyone, by the way. You'll know. I think they used to be called the freestylers or something.
Yeah.
Two guys. They usually get like all the top players on. Declan Rice came onto their show. I'm not joking. One of the best skills merchants you can see is Declan Rice. His technique is mint. He can do all the tricks, every skill you want, everything. I'm telling you, man, that guy we should have bought. He's a sick player. Not because of the free kicks, but Declan Rice, man, he's helped Arsenal so much. He's got lots going on to his game.
Big up Craig Miller. Let's talk about free kicks. Who are some of the best free kicks for me? Roberto Carlos. I was watching that game live when the ball boy goes like that. The ball boy behind the goal. It was 98. Was it 97 or 98 before the World Cup?
No, it was Le Tournoi.
It was 97 Le Tournoi. Yeah. It was actually the same year, the same month where Matt found Vivian got, passed out and had a heart attack.
Vivian Foman
and passed away. But I remember that. Actually, I think was it England battered France or they battered Brazil. They battered some team. I know England that time. I think they might have beat Brazil in that tournament. But anyway, I just remember the ball boy going, ducking and the ball coming back. There was another Brazilian who was a defender. He was a left back, I think. He scored one in the World Cup 98, I think.
Maicon.
No, it wasn't Maicon. He is a left back guy. No, it's not Maicon. No, it's not Maicon. This other one I'm talking about is 94 World Cup, or was it 90? It's either 98 or 94 World Cup.
No, it's not Cicinho, is it?
He used to have a bit of a lip, the lip. He had a scar on his lip, on top of his lip. But it was a big guy, left foot, and he smashed it from like 30 yards, and he went in somehow, he bent it as well. I don't know what World Cup that was, but that was amazing. I think one of the best free takers was Zola for Parma.
Was it Eder? I think his name was Eder or Eder. The Brazilian guy. Eder.
Was he? Maybe, yeah. Maybe it was Eder.
Hey, no, Branco was
Branco, that's it.
Yeah, Branco.
It was in 98 or 94.
No, let me just make sure I'm
yeah,
right.
It is Branco, yeah. Leonardo's got a free kick as well. But in my lifetime, the ones that I seen was Beckham in the stadium. I remember seeing Beckham take some when I went for United. Unbelievable. But then I remember me and Mundo were at the stadium when Ronaldo took one against Bournemouth, when he smacked it on the valve and the ball went. David James was in that, remember? Ronaldo against me and Bumbaye, me and Mundo we were sat on the posh seats. We sat in a director's box because Mundo got tickets from his work.
Wow.
Yeah. And we had some food and everything, you know what I mean? Yeah, against Bournemouth, Ronaldo was. But for me, the best one was Roberto Carlos because the ball boy, the crowd, they all went like that. And the ball came back in. But the best free kick taker for me, out of all of them, is Juninho, who played for Lyon.
Lyon, yeah.
The ball used to go like that, swerve in the air and go in. There have been some of the great free kick takers. There was actually Paraguay goalkeeper, Chevalier, something like that. Chilavert. He is an amazing free kick taker as well. Goalkeeper, I think he's a top goal scorer in the history of goalkeepers in world football. He used to take the penalties and free kicks.
Was he Mexican? No.
No, he was Paraguay.
Paraguay, yeah.
Paraguayan goalkeeper, bro.
Yeah, Paraguayan goalkeeper.
Set pieces.
Imagine penalties. He used to take the penalties and the free kicks. He would come all over the free kick. Anyway, left on the left foot, boom. Can you imagine that, people? Have you ever seen a goalkeeper taking free kicks? He was there. I think he's the record holder. The record holder for the most goals. Best goal scorer, goalkeeper. Best goal.
And you had the Mexican guy and you had Higuita, the Colombian guy.
Yeah. Oh, Aguirre, for me, he did the most incredible skill I've ever seen by a goalkeeper. The ball, England against Colombia, somebody had a shot and he did a scorpion kick. I've never seen it in my... I rubbed my eyes. I was watching the game live and I was just like, did I just see that? Higuita was unbelievable. Higuita was a footballer. There's an amazing documentary about Higuita on Netflix. You should watch it. Yeah. But Chevalier, is that his name, Bombay? Chevalier? Yeah, Chevalier.
It was Chevalier.
Chilavert.
Yeah. Left-footed guy. He looked like, mad guy. Absolute mad. He'd be arguing with all the outfield players. I'm taking the penalty. I'm taking the free kick. And he would score them. There was a Brazilian footballer as well, a goalkeeper who would take penalties as well and take free kicks. Yeah. Listen, there's only one question tonight, and there's only one question. One question and one question only, people, in town tonight. Well, the bottle jobs turn up on Wednesday. That's the coach. That's Thursday. The players. Thursday, sorry. Would they turn up? Can they turn up? Can they turn up on Thursday? That's the big question. Who thinks they can turn up? Like I said, Lyon have been in the dumps for a couple of years. They're coming back up. I don't know if you're aware of it, but Lyon have gone through a spite of different coaches in the last years. They've been, there are times where the fans are shouting at them, and Lyon. I was telling people, giving a historical, Lyon actually were one of the most competitive football clubs, and they've won a couple of leagues before Paris Saint-Germain started dominating. French league actually was one of the most competitive. One year you will have Montpellier, you would have Bordeaux, you would have Nantes winning, you'd have Monaco winning the league. You know what I mean? It would have different teams winning the league. But then Paris Saint-Germain this season have not lost one game in the league.
Yo, Nora, type in on Google, yeah, famous Lebanese Brazilians. Branco's there.
Wow, it is. Wow,
swear down.
That's crazy. So he was Brazilian. He was a Branco, yeah.
He had them resistance missiles in his feet, man. It's blasting them free kicks for you.
Keeper, goal scorer. Wow.
I think that the greatest free kick I ever saw was Roberto Carlos, man. And yeah, I've not seen anything like that, man, before. That was just iconic. And I think Dimitri Payet pulled a few off. I think he clipped us one, a beauty, from quite far out, just winded right into top bins. Dimitri Payet.
Wow. So check this out. Check this out, people. The record for the most goals scored by a goalkeeper is held by Brazilian Rodrigo Ceni with 129 goals. He scored his 100th goal in a 3-0 win over Sao Paulo on the 4th of August, 2011.
Wow.
120?
120.
Wow.
29. It's this guy here. Look, I can get it up for you. He would take the penalties. I'll show you him. I'm trying to show a better image. 1 second. It's unbelievable, this guy. This Brazilian guy. He would take free kicks as well. He would take free kicks as well. Like, he's unbelievable. So yeah, Branco is the Brazilian Lebanese, yeah? Left foot. That left foot. He looked like he wouldn't take prisoners. I'm telling you. He didn't take prisoners, yeah. He didn't take prisoners. So it's this guy here. Look, let me show you guys. This guy, you see him, he would take free kicks and penalties. I would love to know, like, what it was. But, yeah.
Messi did an absolute peach, man, against Liverpool.
Yeah, in the Champions League when they got knocked out. Yeah, yeah.
That was something.
Let me present some so you can see this guy so I can share it. The top scorer. Top scorer. This guy here. He was this guy here. This was the goalkeeper. This guy here. He was playing till about a decade ago. He was playing, this guy here. He won the Copa Libertadores. You know, he won big trophies with his team. But yeah, he's retired now. This is what he looks like now. But yeah, he was an amazing goalkeeper. Amazing. Like, he won big trophies. You know. That's him taking a penalty. Look. Look at that face. Look at that face, man. You see that face. You know what I mean? You see that face, man. That guy didn't give a damn.
So
he's not tough.
Have I shared it? Have I shared it, by the way? Did you see him? Yeah.
We've seen it. Yeah. But remember Cafarel, the Brazilian goalkeeper?
Yeah.
He was a guy in 80, 86, 90, 94.
Yeah, I remember him.
Yeah.
With a funny hairstyle. Yeah, in Brazil, they didn't really create that amazing. Dida was one of the best, I thought, goalkeepers they ever had. Because nobody in Brazil ever wants to be a goalkeeper. You know what I mean? Nobody wants to be a goalkeeper. But guys, let's go back to what we're talking about. And I want to show you who Branco was. Let me just show you who Branco was, so people can understand who Branco is. So we can maybe Branco. This is Branco. Yeah, this was Branco. It's this guy here. Amazing footballer. Left foot. He could smack a free kick like nobody's business. I'm telling you. I think it was 94. I think.
Yeah, definitely 94. Yeah, and 98. I think he played.
Yeah, this guy here.
3 tournaments.
Yeah. He was a baller, man. He was an absolute baller. But this is what he looks like now.
Yeah. They all age differently.
Wow. Yeah, I think I don't know what happened to him. He's saying that he was fighting for life. Let me just click on this. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if he survived COVID. I don't know if he's still alive.
Oh.
But yeah, he was an amazing player. Yeah, it was 94. Yeah. It was 94, yeah. What a player he was.
Romario and Bebeto up front, man. That was lovely.
That World Cup was crazy. But that World Cup, for me, the two entertaining teams were Bulgaria and Romania. I fell in love with Bulgaria and Romania, that World Cup, for me. It was obviously Baggio, it was Brazil in the final, but for me, it was Nigeria.
Nigeria, man. Sunday Olise, Daniel Amakachi, all them boys. That was a badass.
That World Cup for me was Nigeria, Bulgaria, and Romania. They're the teams that made it. And then that goal by the Saudi Arabian guy, Awaran. Remember?
I remember.
In the middle of the pitch.
That was crazy. That was... you know his heritage, Mumbai.
Go on.
From my heritage, East African
from your place.
Heritage.
Yes, man. Yes.
Played for Saudi Arabia, but his heritage was Saudi Arabian. Sorry, heritage was East African. His grandparents or whatever. But yeah, Bebeto and Romario.
94 and 98. These are my favorite World Cups.
98. I don't know what team. I think was it Croatia?
Sorry. Whoa. Excuse me. World Cup Italia 90 was the Don. 94
best African team ever.
98. Yeah.
Best African team, Cameroon by an absolute man. That's the greatest African team ever in a World Cup for me.
Yeah. After that, the World Cups for me, they're all right.
Didn't Norway go to 94? Norway
Yes.
played Brazil.
Yes, we did. We went 94. We played Mexico, Italy, and Ireland. So it was a group of death. And Norway ended up on 4 points. All teams ended up 4 points. Norway went out 1-1 goal difference.
Oh.
The other teams had 2-2, 2-2, and 3-3.
That's
so
crazy.
That was the end of that.
Horrible.
But 98 was something else. That was something else. Then we had Morocco in the first game, 2-2. Second game, we lost against Serbia, a game we should have won. And
Solskjaer.
Solskjaer was he played that. And in the last game, we had Brazil.
Yeah, I remember you playing Brazil.
Obviously, Brazil was through. They had 6 points. But, we have just beaten them right before the World Cup in the training friendly. And Brazil was like, there was like a build-up for the match with the Brazilian coach and the Norwegian coach. Because the Norwegian coach said in the news that he could do Brazil better because he was a better coach. So the Brazilians didn't like it. And Norway won that game 2-1. So we went through and we lost against
Brazil,
Italy in 1-0 in the last 32. Last 16, last 16.
Last 16,
So, yeah. But since that, we've never been in any World Cups. So, yeah, it is what it is.
I remember 94. I remember steering Norway. I think Brazil played. Did they play Denmark in one of the World Cups? I think it might have been 98. Was it Denmark?
Yeah, 98 in the quarterfinal.
And Romario scored, didn't it? It was a tight game.
Yeah.
Very tight game. I think the Loudrops were playing. One of the Loudrops scored, yeah. I remember that. Yeah, big up, people. Listen, the question is, can Manchester United turn up against Lyon away?
Yeah, man. Of course, they can turn up against Lyon away. The progressive play has been good.
What did you see on Sunday that gives you hope?
I've been seeing recently, man, the defense is pretty assured, and our approach play and either transitional play or progressing the ball into the final third in one way or another has been very good. But we are just suffering in the final third of the pitch. So I don't know what their defense is like and if they leak goals and stuff, but getting to that final third is all right. It's been decent. Some of the transitional play against City was quick, was 3-4 passes, bam, we opened them up away, got out there, midfield presses, whatever the hell they were trying to do. Some good stuff. But we just have to finish off moves, man. We've been banging the door about Garnacho, yes, no. We did the whole frigging show on Hojlund and how poor he's been. So it's that's a problem. That's a problem for us. Not only has Hojlund been, it's not that he's just shit. I don't think he's that. I think his form is awful. His confidence is destroyed. Garnacho's gone back to his old ways. We have to capitalize when we make those opportunities and create chances out of them. So that's what I've liked about Man United. And we're not going into games now thinking, oh my God, Onana's not working. I mean, he don't make a lot of saves. And even still, he's jittery, but he's not working. We sat here a lot of weeks talking about Lenny Yoro was mint, Mazraoui was mint, Casemiro's doing good. So there are good signs at Manchester United, and I think we can turn up and put a performance. Are we going to beat them? I don't know them. You guys will know better than me, but yeah, why not? Of course we can. I think we can. The boys know it's a big game, man. Muted.
Yeah, I'm here. Big up Sean. Sean's joining us as well. Big up.
Okay.
Go ahead, Lesso. Can they turn up? Do you think we're gonna Lyon? Like I said, Lyon are a club in the up. They're looking to bounce back after a couple of years in the dungeon, and they were one of the best teams in France for a long time. But they've been in the doldrums for the past couple of years. The fans have been fed up. They've gone through so many managers in the recent years, but this season actually they're in fourth. Last time I checked in the league, they're fourth, if I'm not mistaken. But do you think Manchester United have enough to go there and beat them Thursday?
Yeah, I think so. To be honest. Not beat them per se. I think we can get a draw. to be honest, because we aren't really good in front of goal, as per se. Lyon and very, very defensively solid as well. I've seen that they've also actually they've been leaking goals. As much as they do score a lot of goals, they do leak goals as well. So I think we can get a 1-1 draw or something of that sort, away in France. And that would actually be a good result, to be honest. Then we know when we go to Old Trafford, then we have to, by all means, we have to win that game. The thing is, I think we should just avoid extra time. I think we should also more or less have enough. Personally, I know they've got they've got quality players. They're very physical. They're a threat in front of goal, but I think we've been a bit solid, at the back. If you look at the past couple of games, we've been solid. I think the players know how to be defensively sound. Everyone is disciplined. They know what they need to do in terms of putting in the shift, where to be. And Casemiro himself has actually stepped up as well a little. So these guys maybe, I always said that the way we play, we are more suited to these cup competition, knockout competitions. We are set up in the right way. In the league games, of course, it isn't a good way to play, as per result actually show. But in cup competitions, we can actually we've been solid and we've been actually the way we play is actually much more suited, getting the results that we need. So overall, I think they will turn up. It's the only competition they seem to be up for. In the league. In the league, I see them. It's in the league. I think it's more or less. It's just getting over the line. But I think with the Europa League, they are trying to target it. I think that's what the word has been said, obviously, upstairs, that this is it, for the club, and that is the main objective for the season. So yeah, I think they will turn up.
Sean, big up to you. Obviously, a bad night for you. In your household, though, your brother and dad are happy. Declan Rice turning into Beckham, prime Beckham and Ronaldo, bending worldly free kicks on the top bins. But what do you think about United on Thursday? Do you think United have any hope? I hope you're well.
Yeah, no, I'm doing well, thanks. And I hate to give Arsenal any credits, but yeah, Declan Rice, I think, is one of the only true $100 million dollar players out there, and he proves it every other week. And I think today he shows why he's such a quality player. Honestly, I wish Ole was able to sign him, when we wanted to. I think the trajectory of this team would have been much different if Declan Rice was a United player versus an Arsenal player. But as for United on Thursday, honestly, I have no idea. Like, I don't know what to expect from this team. I think we played well against City. I don't appreciate the people trying to downplay, the City team. But I think we played well in the weekend. But I don't know what to expect from this team on any given day. So if you ask me if I'm hopeful, yes, I'm hopeful. I think this team, in terms of player quality, is much better than the performance we see. So on our day, we can blow Lyon out of the water. This team that we currently have. But I don't know if Thursday is going to be our day, honestly. And I don't know what to expect from this team or the manager. So I'm hopeful, definitely, yes. Do I think we can win? Yes. Am I in a position to make any predictions or any type of like detailed assessment of likelihood? No, I'm not, because I honestly don't know what to expect from this team.
Go ahead, Jarvis. Jarvis, what do you think about Thursday? I mean, I don't know where the optimism is coming from. Letso, Bumbaye, and Sean. Are you going to join? Are you going to make it a fourth? Say that we're going to beat them. We're going to win this game. We can got enough to beat.
Well, the thing is, Northern, listen, they are not the Lyon that we know from back in the days, mid 2000s. Back in the days, mid 2000s, they had their coach. I think it was Jean-Claude Tigana, was their coach, and they had a lot of good players. And I just read about what kind of type of players they had. They had Michael Essien, Malouda, they had Juninho, as we mentioned. They had Diarra, Patrick Müller, Karim Benzema, a lot of good players. So I remember we went there and played against them a lot of the times in the Champions League in the 2000s. But this Lyon team is not the same level. They are not the same level. And they have players like Matic, they have Maitland-Niles, they have this Turkey guy. He's decent, he's good. And but they have Lacazette, there are a lot of like washed out ex-Premier League players. Tagliafico and Maitland-Niles.
Niles.
Maitland-Niles, yeah.
Maitland-Niles, yeah.
Yes. So whatever, yeah. But a lot of these players, I think we are better than them. I'm not hyping up us because I think we're not good, but I think they have some players, they have some experience, but the tempo setter of that team is Nemanja Matic. He's still going strong. I don't know how old he is now, maybe 33, 34, 35. But I think they were really slow. I saw them play against Lille this weekend, and I wasn't impressed. They won the game 2-1, but it was like a snooze fest. And walking football, they could walk through the pitch, how fast they attacked in both sides. So for me, I wasn't really impressed. I think it was to just press up the tempo a little bit, be a little bit physical. I think we should win it. But you never know when it comes to our guys going away in Europe. We usually do well this season. We have done well, but I don't know. I feel that we should win this game, Nordin. I'm more positive than negative when it comes to this game, even away. And maybe I will eat my words on Thursday night, but I feel that we will win this game even away, and I think we will win comfortably. So you can call me an optimist.
I mean, I would say that we have to win, right, guys? Like for me, I still think there's something to play for this season. I'm not quite there yet. That it's all done. There's nothing to play for in the league. We're out of all the cup competitions. I think we have to finish the season strong, and in order to do that, there has to be something that we're looking forward to, or something that we're playing towards. So yeah, there's absolutely no reason why, along the lines of what Jarvis is saying, why we shouldn't come out of this game on Thursday with a good result. So whether that's a draw that we can take with us to Old Trafford, or like an actual victory, but we have to win. This, whatever it is that we're trying to do as a project, has to involve being able to beat a Lyon that's, as we're saying, isn't the Lyon of yesteryear. So I don't know where Lyon would find themselves in the Premier League today, probably in the bottom half of the table. But yeah, this is a level that we should be crossing. We have a lot of players that are fit now, a lot of quality players in our team too. Although most of the people disagree with that, but we have to win. We have to put in a good performance. We have to get a result. I think the interesting questions to me are around, okay, what do we do about Garnacho? What do we do about Hojlund up front? I think those are what do we do about Ugarte in midfield? Those are the interesting questions from my perspective. But yeah, we have to win. We must win.
Yeah, big up Adewale. Appreciate you, King. Big up to Adewale for the super chat. Adewale says the problem with United fans always want to give excuse for players. Hojlund and Garnacho are shit, plain and simple. They're not good enough for this level of football. We need better. Yeah, I mean, we'll come to that when we talk about Lyon. We did a bit of scouting report on him. We're going to break it down for you guys. So big up to everybody. Love and light.
I say something when it comes to this Adewale's comment. I think it's you are point on, and I think a lot of us feel that they are shit, but at the moment I think they're not leaving because we can't sign anyone. The transfer window is closed, and I think we're not going anywhere by killing our players. I think
Jarvis, we don't agree.
but I think we need just to stick with him now for the rest of the season. There's nothing we can do. You know, we don't have any other players like Garnacho because we loaned out Anthony, we loaned out Rashford, so we don't have anyone. So I think we are at the moment when I feel we as a fan base need to just stick by Garnacho, even though he sucks.
But like, why do we have to?
Because I
we
think
don't all agree on that.
It's in our best interest to support a young lad at the moment. To maybe they can bring us glory, and if not, well, there's nothing we can do, and hopefully we will be sold in the summer.
What I'm pushing back on Jarvis is, why do we have to accept that Garnacho is shit or Hojlund is shit? It's one thing to say they're not good enough for this level of football. That is separate, I think, a very distinct, very separate thing to say from their shit. I don't need to make any declarative statements about a 20-year-old footballer. Garnacho is 20. As far as I'm concerned, the jury is still out on him. His first full season was, I think, last season under Ten Hag, where he played as an out-and-out attacking left winger. Now a new manager is asking him to play as a number 10. He's 20 years old, for crying out loud. Hojlund is maybe a year or 2 years older than him. There is absolutely nothing we can say about their career as of right now. You can say they're not good enough to be leading the line for United in 2025, and I would agree with you 100%. We shouldn't be leading the line with Hojlund and Garnacho. That's a separate thing from saying these are shit players, because it just doesn't make any sense to make that determination right now when we're looking at a 20-year-old footballer who has at least 15 more years of football to play. I mean, give me a break.
Yeah. And
people have different opinions. I think
there's another super chat coming up, so maybe you should read out that to bring some context.
Yeah, big Adewale. Play Sersky in the 9 and play Mount and Bruno in the 10s and Casemiro and Trollier or the main in the pivot. Yeah, Collier main in the pivot. Yeah,
now that's constructive.
Yep,
that's an interesting take. I actually, Garnacho for me, Adewale, I think Manchester United don't develop, and Rasmus has not been developed. Instead, we've overplayed them. Then at that age where you can't overplay them, I think Garnacho should have been sent on loan. But last season, he was the savior for Ten Hag. Ten Hag overplayed him. Same thing with Kobe, and Kobe now, he's had severe injuries and had a stop-start season this season because he played too much football in men's football when he's never played in his life. It's not just the physical, it's the mental as well. You know, the body breaks down because you are just constantly playing. I think if we had a more stable football club on Fergie's days, I think Kobe would have played maybe 10, 15 games last season, at the most, maybe 12 games. You know, Garnacho maybe around the same time, because they would have been coming in, taking out, still got things to work on to develop. But we're a football club that burns young players to death, and I don't think that's productive, and I don't think you're ever going to get the best out. That's why I always say that Manchester United now are not stable enough. And any of you had kids, talented kids, you will not send them to Manchester United. That is the truth, and that's what I believe. Genuinely believe that's where we're at. So yeah, I find it really difficult, like, to really see where we're different. I think the only player we've developed in the last 12 years, maybe, and when his breakthrough and, you know, giving him a little bit, and that was on the Ollie, was Mason Greenwood. I really think that, you know, and then look what happened. You know what I mean? We didn't develop him outside of the pitch. And look what happened, you know, crazy things happen. So at the end of the day, I think Lyon are not going to be easy game. I genuinely think that. I can bring it up and show you guys where they are in the league. They were 4th, now they've gone down to 5th in their league. So we can see on the table here. I don't know if you can see. They're 5th here. Nice, by the way, are 6th as well. So you can see another club that Ineos own. But yeah, 28 games played, 14 won, 6 drawn, 8 losses, 50 goals for, 54 goals for, 38 against, 16 plus goal difference. That's where they sit at this moment, and they're 1 point behind, only 1 point behind Strasbourg, who've been having a fantastic season, by the way. Really, a lot of young players, talented, a lot of talented.
But look
And
at
Monaco.
PSG.
Yeah, PSG, look, they've lost.
They won the league already.
Yeah,
after
and they've drawn
28
5 games. They didn't lose one. Scored 80 goals, 26 and 54 goal difference. Because they can't compete with that power and money that PSG have. But yeah, Lyon are not. This is the bit of the form book, maybe, just to show. Yeah. They have, I think, who's their coach? Is it Fonseca? I think he might be Fonseca, yeah.
Yeah. The
Fonseca
Uruguayan. Yeah.
Yeah. Is it Fonseca? I'm sure it is.
Yes. But he got a ban. As you saw there, I think he hit the referee or something.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Let me get it up so you can know who it is. Yeah. He is, Fonseca, yeah. Fonseca.
He was actually linked to us one time, I remember.
Yeah. He was to become the interim. Remember when, I think, was he linked to us to become interim when Ranier got the job?
Yeah. He was linked.
Yeah, he was linked to us, yeah. Didn't he manage Italy? Did he get sacked by Milan?
I think was it Rome? Or was it Milan? Yeah, some Italian club.
Milan, yeah. I think he managed Milan, yeah. Yeah.
But Lyon's form, they have two losses in the last 5. And as I said, I saw the game when they played against Lille this weekend. They won because they had a really dodgy penalty. Yeah. Nothing, just a cross. No one even one player raised their arm, and VAR interfered and gave a penalty because it apparently touched an arm or something, So Lacazette scored on that penalty, and they didn't impress me at all.
Yeah.
But Serki, no, what's his name? Serki scored the winner.
Serki, yeah, on the penalty, yeah.
Yeah. Nah, it wasn't a penalty. It was like a set scored on the penalty.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So basically, this season they've been facing actually in April. This season they're still facing. So it's just Lyon. They're facing provisional relegation to League 2 due to financial issues. Yeah. The financial issues that they're facing is financial crisis leading to a professional relegation in League 2 by the French national. Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah.
And I think their best player, Fofana, I think is injured. So he's not playing.
Yeah,
that's a good thing for us.
No, but I wish any of this mattered for this United team, right? The fact that their best player is not available or one player is not in form or something. We know that even if this was Stockport or literally, what's the name of this TV show?
Newport Town.
Even if it was Newport Town or Ted Lasso, basically, like no matter who we're playing against, we know that this United team can make anybody look like prime Barcelona. So yeah, our biggest opponents, honestly, like is ourselves. It's gonna come down to whether or not Amorim is able to get these guys motivated. If they want it, we'll win, regardless of what Lyon come up with. If our players are up for it, we're gonna win because we have the better team, we have better players.
Yeah,
but who knows?
Yeah, so let's go through this how they play Lyon. So we did a little bit of breakdown about how they play. So Lyon play in a dynamic kind of style of play, utilizing 4-2-3-1 formation, focus on controlling the game and the opposition's half with possession football, short passes. Also, while rotating their first 11, he makes a lot of substitutions. So he prefers like 4-2-3-1. Emphasis on the importance of the team dynamic and balance. They attack on the left-hand side. They look down to the left side on the field. Control the game in the opposition's half. They aim to dominate possession and dictate tempo in opponent territory. Lyon favor possessionally based style of looking to maintain control of the ball and build attacks patiently. Short passes, rely on short, quick passing, move the ball up the field and create opportunities. It's not characterized by high pressing or overtly. Lyon's style is not characterized by high pressing or overtly aggressive defending. They rotate their first team. Fonseca is known to rotate his starting lineup to keep players fresh and ensure everyone gets game time. Key players are Ryan Cherokee, George Mikatunzi. Attacking talents are crucial to Lyon's attacking powers. Namadia Matic, the winter signing, anchors the midfield, providing balance between defensive actions and progressive distributions. Like Java said, he's the guy who's controlling the tempo of the game. Max's Karagat, I can never say Karahat, and Corinthos. These players give freedom to roam further forward and Ambassador and Barrett. Actually, that Maxi guy, Maxent, he is got a level of stamina, that guy. He can run all day. A couple of years ago, I was looking at midfielders United could sign, and I looked at him. He's getting old now. He's in late 20s now, but a couple of seasons ago, he was an absolute player. Yeah. So, I mean, they've been praised this season for in the French league for displaying attacking talent with 23 games in 10 games. So this is who they are. This is what Fonseca believes. They're not an easy team. They're not an easy team to play against. They're definitely not a team to play against. They're fifth at the moment, but they want to dominate the football. That's what they're about. You know what I mean? They want to get on the ball. They play combination play up the pitch. That's their main, short passes to move up the pitch and quick movements. That's what there is. But I can never pronounce the other guy's name. One of their best players, but he's the one who scored goals. Georgios Mikauta.
Mikauta.
Yeah. Mikauta, yeah.
Yeah, he played in the Euros for Georgia.
Oh yeah, Georgia,
yeah.
He's the one who scored a couple of good goals, exciting goals with a beard. Yeah, he's got the beard and the goatee. Yeah, he's that guy. I think United, Jarvis, if you want to get the ball, should we pick the team? See what kind of a team we think we can put against.
Yeah. Give me 2 seconds. I will bring it.
I think I would. I don't know if I play Garnacho in this game. Honestly, I'm sick of seeing him, man. I'm sick of seeing him being a waste. I actually would play Mason Mount. What do you guys think? And keep Garnacho to come on. I think Garnacho coming on would be better. But I'll definitely start Rasmus and Zirkzee. That's what I would play.
Yeah, I agree with you on starting Rasmus and Zirkzee. I don't know if Mason Mount is ready for a start just yet. Seeing as he's been injured for a while, there's some talk about sending him away for 6 months to recover fully. So I don't know if he's there yet. But yeah, for me to be Hojlund, Zirkzee, Bruno. That's the winning trio up front, I think. And the rest of the team basically is. I don't see much of a change from the last game against City, honestly. Ugarte and Casemiro in midfield, or Casemiro and Collier, like Adewale suggested. Then Euro, Maguire, Mazraoui, Dalot, Dorgu. The rest of the team picks itself.
Yeah. So Onana in goal as usual. Back three. So who do we got? Dorgu will play, so he's in the team already.
Maguire, Mazraoui, and Euro.
Yeah, big up, man. Big up. Sakadinho.
Isn't Delap injured?
Well, we didn't say he was out for a long time. He just couldn't play in the game against City. And it didn't seem like on the news that he was out for a long time.
Euro will play on the left. And most definitely think Mazraoui will play on the right.
Yeah.
So
can you mute? Can somebody? I can hear some background noise. Alesso, can you mute your mic for a minute? I can hear some feedback. Okay. Just try it.
yeah.
Hello? Yeah, I think it was you.
Yeah.
It was you, yeah. Big up to you, Alesso. We'll come to it. No, it's still going on. Can you hear it?
I think it's gonna be Mazraoui. Sorry, Maguire in the center of defense. I don't know if the list is clear.
Have you got us on somewhere on your computer, Sean? Can you have a look?
Yeah, no, I don't have the channel on my computer right now as well.
Where's that coming from? Big up. Yeah, so yeah, Euro, I will play Delap if he's fit. I won't play Maguire. I think we need to try to squeeze the game a little bit.
Want to go for it?
Yeah, Delap. So I'll play with a bit more pace. I would play. I don't know. He looks like he was injured, but I would play Collier and Casemiro. I wouldn't play Ugarte, me personally.
No, I almost agree. Casemiro needs to play. He had a brilliant game against City.
Yeah, Casemiro and
is Mason Mount back?
Yeah, Mason Mount played, didn't he? He played. He was all right. He played against City.
So Bruno could play in the 6, and Mason Mount could play in the 10.
Yeah. So I would play Mason Mount. I would play Mason Mount and Zirkzee. That's the 2 number 10s.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. That's who I'll play. Me personally. So yeah.
Do you think he's ready to start now, Mason Mount?
I think so. Why not? He's been out for flipping all that time. I think he can play one half. He can play 45 minutes.
So we do like this and put Bruno here.
Yeah.
So that's the team, you think?
Yeah, that's what I would play. I will start with that team and see where we get on, and then bring Collier on to replace one of them if I have to take off one player.
I don't mind this team except for Delap and Mount's fitness questions, but otherwise, yeah, this team looks like it makes sense to me. Also, we don't really have much of a choice.
But going away, shouldn't we have like a counter-attacking force as we have in Garnacho? He's always run in behind.
But Jarvis, where's the end product though? You can run all effing day. Where's the end product?
Yeah.
Where's the end product?
That's the question.
What's the point of running?
But couldn't we? Because we know, as you said, when they like to dominate teams, they like to hold on to the ball, and we could end up in a 5-4-1. And what do we do if we win the ball? Because Bruno can't hit it to Hojlund because Hojlund is inept. So I don't know. I feel like we need a plan B. But maybe Garnacho is more impactful.
That's what I'm saying.
We defend in the first half and then go with Garnacho in the second half. Yeah,
he'd be off the bench. Yeah, he'd be off the bench. Come on, change the game.
Jarvis, I wish I could agree with you on the Garnacho points, right? But I think I agree with you on this one. Like for it to be worth the theory that you're saying of Garnacho being an outlet, there has to be an end product. And it sounds nice on paper. Garnacho has pace, he's direct, etc., etc. But nothing comes out of Garnacho's, like end product. He runs with the ball, runs into a blind alley, gives it away or whatever. We can't rely on him, honestly. And secondly, if we find ourselves in a position against Lyon where we're looking for an outlet, it's done. The game is over. Like I think this game we should be on the front foot, like we were against City. In my opinion, like we seemed in control. So I think in this game we should be. There's no reason why we shouldn't be on the front foot. I expect us to have possession, even though the possession will be largely between Mazraoui, Delap, and Euro. But notwithstanding, Garnacho, honestly, I think for his own sake as well, I think he needs to be taken out of the spotlight a bit. Like I think the manager needs to manage him in that way a little, because at this point, like, a lot of fans are starting to get frustrated. Just for the players' own protection, I think let's let other people, get a moment in the spotlight.
Yeah.
That's the team.
Where's Bombaye in this?
Bombaye, you there? I think he might have fallen asleep, Shut your mouth, you little shit. Go on, talk to me.
It's in the bag, man. What's everyone worried about? Chill out. Uncle Amarim's there, man. Mount's back. It's over. Game, set,
Yes.
match. Put your feet in cold water, man, and have some pistachio nuts and chill out. Right. What we're looking at. Listen, we got options, man. Looking
So
good
what do you
these
think
days.
about
Got
the team?
options. It's decent. That's
Where's
a
he getting
decent
all this
team.
confidence? Can you please tell us where you're getting all this confidence from?
I've been paid. Jim paid, man. So I got to
Jim,
do my job.
The gym prop, yeah? Ineos PR.
Yeah. Ineos in the house. So listen, I was going to go with that Bruno Ugarte, Bruno Casemiro. Yeah, I like that. You're both right. Sean makes a valid point, but I also think Jarvis. I think similarly about Garnacho. One of the reasons why he plays, if the game becomes one of these games where mid to low block, we need to transition quickly, he runs into spaces and can be found better than anybody else we've got, because Rashford's not there, Sancho's not there, Anthony's not there, and Ahmad's not there. That's part of the reason why he does play as well, guys. It's not that Amarim absolutely adores him and he's an integral part and we need him and we love him and he's the future. There is some truth in that, but this team is lacking that type of player. I like the fact that Mount is back. So what you could do, obviously, Garnacho can also be an impact. So I'm not conclusive. I'm open to a few different teams, but that back line is nice. Dogu Dalot is nice. Bruno there is nice. I need to put Mount in my team. So that looks good. Hojlund in Europe is all right, man. He's not a disaster. Just needs a goal, man. It just needs, and that you can get some service out of this team. Mount's performance is something that really intrigues me a lot. I'm a big Mason Mount fan. I know people in the comments are going to gin me out, but I'll take the hits.
What if we did like this? When we played against Stoya.
There's some background noise, lads.
When you played against Stoya SB, we had a false 9 in who played in the 9? We played Mason Mount. No, Kobe Mainu. Could we do something like this away? Because there's solidity when you have two DMs defending. It will give more freedom for the width holders to keep the width in attack. We don't need a guy like Garnacho running, so we will have our runners here.
Yes.
And we will have the playmakers up top.
Yeah, that's nice as well, Jarvis. Maybe you switch Bruno and Xerxes. Maybe. I think we could do that. Why not?
So something like this. Okay.
I'm thinking like that, yeah, because you know how that can work as well. Mount's got a goal in him. Bruno's got a goal in him. If Xerxes drops deep, maybe they can get ahead. If Xerxes drops deep, then you've got Dogu and Dalot blasting on to pick them up. Works nice, that as well. Thing is, when you ask me about a team that I know well, maybe I can pick more of a team to face the opposition, but I have no zero minus about Lyon. So that team excites me. I'm not going to lie. I like that team. That's a nice team. And you've always got Garnacho to come on, bring Hojlund on, fresh legs, got a point to prove. So that's a good team. Good shout, that job. I don't mind that. I like that. We've got the solidity in the middle. Nice back line, back three. And you got people that can all look after the ball there, progress. Yeah. And Mount's got a goal in him. He's a goal scorer. Bruno, Xerxes. I like that. That's a good team.
I've also done a little bit on their weaknesses. I watched a couple of videos, but I've also made some notes about their weaknesses, people.
Okay.
So their weaknesses is interesting, actually. So defending set pieces is difficult for them. They concede a lot of set pieces. They're not good at aerial duels or attacks down the wings. They struggle through like long balls are very skillful. Their defenders really struggle with skillful players. We haven't got any skillful players, so they're favored that. But aerial duels, they get bullied. They're very vulnerable. They make difficult for win aerial to clear the ball. They struggle with clearing the ball in the air. And I think if Maguire's fit, maybe it might be the game to play Maguire, actually. They're also like they can be susceptible when teams attack them down the flanks. They leave gaps in defense. You can get at their defense. Like I said, they've conceded this season. They have conceded. They've conceded 38 goals in the league.
Yeah.
You
Tagliafico is similar to Reguilon. He likes to bomb, and he's the left back. So I think there's a possibility to attack that side.
Attack that side. So it's not an easy, and you know they also struggle with if you can get through balls to them. The defense definitely struggles with through balls. You know, like they very much struggle. They always get caught napping. They haven't got the focus. Their two centre halves get caught napping and ball watching sometimes. They're not very good like with people dribbling as well. So if you got people who can dribble, unfortunately we don't have people who can dribble. To be fair, Xerxes can sometimes dribble. You know, Xerxes can go on those mazy little runs, so maybe he might get some joy. So definitely the aerial, definitely on the flanks, you can attack them. Definitely like long balls, then they struggle with because it's the long direct
Then
ball.
we should play Bruno in the 8, 100%, because he's our only player who can actually play through balls and
actually the hoofball might work against them.
Yeah.
They're not good against the hoofball. And they're not good against players who can dribble quickly. You know what I mean? But Jarvis, I'll stay with you and I'll go to you. Talk to me. What is your combat? Let's talk combat, bro. Let's be having you. I wanted to ask Lesso a question. Combat Lesso, if you're watching this. And Ben as well. Sorry, Ben. I don't know where you've been, but apologies. I've just seen your tweet. Sorry, not tweet. Your message on Twitter. Big up to you, Ben.
Traveling Ben.
Yeah. What score do you think is going to be Thursday?
Yeah, as I said in the beginning, I feel quite optimistic when it comes to this game, and I feel we are a better team. We have a better strength as a team, and I will be bold and say I think we will win the game. I don't think it will be a landslide, but I think we can score at least one goal. So let's say 1-0.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm jinxing it, by the way. So knock on wood.
Top 2-1. Maybe United. I don't know. Depends what United turn up. To be fair, I think it might be a draw, or United might just nick it.
Man. Yeah, it's on the tip of your tongue. You want to say it, but you don't want to be wrong. Just say we're gonna win. I feel it. You know you feel it. You know you feel it, man.
I did not see. I'm sorry to you guys. I've not seen anything to tell me Manchester United are going to win any games after the last 2 games. I'm sorry. I thought.
I feel it in my
toes. Oh yes,
love is all around me.
Well, we're talking about wet. Is it wet?
Yeah.
We're gonna wet them up on Thursday, man.
Was it wet? Is that the band? Is that what the name of the
band was? Marty
Wet.
Pello and wet. You remember them?
Yeah. Well, look at this, Jarvis.
I
We
feel
were talking
optimistic
about this the other day. I'll just put that to our side. Big up to Shakarian. Appreciate you. Big up to Stephanie Griffin. And
big up to everybody in the comments. And we got 79 watching and 60 likes. That's impressive, I think. Big up yourselves. And lots of good stuff in the comments. People are saying Casemiro's going to bang a header in. He's definitely getting one. Donny B, big up. Dav, watch him out for England 4 years. That was more than enough. That I think he means he loves Mason Mount. Big up, Dav. I'm the same. Putting words in Dav's mouth. Donny B's saying Cass is scoring the header for sure. Oh,
Diego Delap is hopeful, telling us about this. We're doing this and that. Waffling, if you ask me. The pressure's always on Manchester United. You start the season and you see the expectation always that Manchester United has to fight for every trophy. Well, yeah,
Stephanie.
You're in a team with the worst Manchester United team in Premier League history, mate. So yeah, you fight for that. Fight for fucking 13 or 14, mate.
I think Diogo Dalot is blossoming into a fine professional. I'm proud of the scouting team on that one. I think as a 26, 27-year-old, I think maybe that Dalot is. He still has a lot of...
I don't think he's that old. I think he's younger.
Right, can you imagine? There you go.
I think he's young. I think he's about 20.
24.
Let me have a look. Is he 24, 25?
Yeah, but he come in the Jose's time. He was 19, so he might be 25.
Yeah. I think he's for all his flaws, I think every single year I'm personally seeing a consistent improvement basically in him as a footballer. And not just as like on his play, I think as a leader in the team too. So, always glad to hear something like that from a United player. As far as scoreline goes.
Oh, you're right. He's 26. He's 26.
All right, 26.
He's 26.
Okay. Scoreline. I'll go with my heart and just say 3-0. I think if for any reason.
What are you smoking, Sean? What are you smoking? Can you please share that with Bombaye?
I'm passive smoking. I'll go for 3 as well, Sean. Passive
smoke. Yeah. If we're able to, by some miracle, continue the momentum from the City game, I think we'll blow Lyon away. But who knows?
Lyon way is up, baby.
Yeah. I like the optimism, but
let's be positive.
Let's face it, Bombaye and Noradin, Sean, we are a cup team, and we have experience to show up in certain games, and we've done this the last couple of seasons. We won the League Cup, we won the FA Cup last season, and I think this group of players thrive under conditions like this. We are a cup team. That's who we are. So, in a way, I feel more confident going into this game because I feel the players know what's on stake. So that's just why I have a good feeling. My gut tells me that we are going to win this game. At least go through in the 2 games.
Yeah, big up. Let's
I don't know what you guys think, but we are a team.
No, we are, man. It's evident. It's evident under Ten Hag here. We turn up, and in Europe, we've not been too bad, Not been too bad.
I wish and hope that you're right.
I don't know. Honestly, I don't know where you're getting this confidence, guys, from. I'm telling you, I don't know where this is coming from. I'm not gonna lie to you. I genuinely do not know, but I hope you guys are right, and I genuinely hope and pray and wish that I am totally wrong. I will be coming on here.
You're always right, Noradin. Please help us out.
Eating the humble pie. I really genuinely will be here. I will, because that means Manchester United win. I don't like looking like a fool. I don't mind that. If Manchester United are winning, Manchester United are doing great, but I think it's going to be a difficult game. I think draw, we might just sneak it, a draw. Because when I looked at there today, when I looked at, I did a bit of the thing, they have got a little bit of weaknesses. And it's more about the strength of certain English football, We don't even have a big lad playing up the pitch, but it might be even to bring Maguire on in the last 15 minutes, get it in the mixer.
If you put Hojlund in, Dino, you got a big lad. You got a monster.
But he's not that great in the air.
He's null and void in the air so far. Yeah. I can't believe it, man. I don't know why that is. I don't know. I don't get that.
Yeah.
Need get Oliver Bierhoff in here, man. Give him a few sessions. Blitzkrieg, remember him?
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah. But anyway, guys, listen. Lesso, are you there? Can you hear us? Lesso, what do you think the score's going to be, bro? Tell us about the score. Yeah, I can hear you clearly. There's no feedback as well this time. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I think, like I said in the beginning, I think it will be we are gonna draw this game, more or less. I don't see us losing it, personally.
Okay.
Lyon have their own deficiencies, so I think we will get at them as such. So yeah, I'm going for a draw.
Wow. This is not great. It's saying Onana's wife was robbed. Several days after his wife was a victim of violent street robbery in late March. The assailant remains saying at large, causing Onana's wife to even more distress. Well, solidarity and love to Onana's wife. That's horrible. What happened there? Manchester United fans to collect the stadium wristband from the conference and around 10 quarters away. Lyon's group are staying between 5 and kick off on Thursday. Only fans that take the designated shuttle stadium buses will be granted access to the away end. Wow. What's going on here? I don't know what's going on here. That's a bit unusual for the details to be. Yeah. Manchester United are keeping an eye on an 18-year-old River Plate winger, Sabrina, although the interest in Sabrina is very early stage. Both United and Arsenal are aware of the growing reputation in Argentina.
Listen, anything that says Man United are keeping an eyeing up, just bin it. Just put it in the bin. That's somebody that is signing their own check. We're going to get about 10 million of those in the summer. Every eyeing up, they got an eye. What's the credence? What's the where, how, what, who?
Chris Wheeler.
And then they just tell you this is what he's been doing for the last season. This is his strength. What is that?
Yeah.
I mean, what is that? This absolute nonsense, man. We are 5th, 14th. I don't even know where the hell we are, man. We don't challenge for nothing of major significance, and we're still making noise. Never ignored, that's for sure. Man, our news just is headline news, so they just make up shit for you every single summer. We're going to be linked with 500 players this summer.
Yeah. Official 5th place in the Premier League will qualify for the UEFA Champions League. One more spot for England. Wow.
Oh, so what's
That's
that saying?
crazy.
So City is safe at the moment.
Yeah, City at this moment in time, yeah, you could say that.
Man, I hope Forest make it,
Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah,
I would like
hope,
that.
Yeah. For them to go back to that. They've got two
Cluffy
European Cups, man.
Yeah,
Listen,
man.
and big up. So looks like the panel tonight is saying yes. Listen, the next 15 minutes, because I'm so tired, we got to discuss Liam Delap. And I've been doing some bit of scouting report on him. Liam Delap, for some people anyway, if you believe in X, actually some football fans are saying he's not all that, and Manchester United should not be signing Liam Delap. So somebody here says here who's a journalist is saying here basically. He says I've said on podcast, but Liam Delap is not a striker United should be targeting this summer. He had a brilliant season. He could become a top player in a few years' time. But United need an experienced centre forward. They can't make the same mistake again. It would be daft to expect 22-year-old to be the first striker at United. Just look at Rasmus Hojlund. They need someone who's proven goal scorer. Victor Osimhen. So that's what some people reckon. And I think Manchester United should be able to have 2 strikers. And I don't know why they can't sign 2 strikers. But that's what some people think. But for my little scouting mission that I did, let's go into it. So Delap, strong shooting. One of the big things about him is that he's actually really good with his left foot as well. Quite precise shooting, but when he hits the ball, he whacks the ball. He's very good at creating space for himself and teammates. Physical presence and strength is a big thing. He's a tall player with good body mass ratio, physical strength, power, allowing him to hold up the ball, win area duels. he's a natural goal scorer. You know, with strong shooting foundation, he's known for powerful, accurate, well-struck shots. He can play with his back to goal, so he's versatile. He can hold up the ball for teammates and link the play and create his own chances by turning and the marker and driving forward. One of the best things about him, actually, is his progressive carries and dribbles. Yeah, he's got the ability to execute progressive carries, skillful, successful dribbles, moving the ball up the pitch in dangerous areas. He's quite good in the air, but he's not that accurate. That's the thing I've looked at. So that's the pros. But the cons are he's actually not that great converting in the air. He's only 22. Obviously, he can get better, but he wins a lot of headers in the box when the ball gets a cross off from set pieces. But he's not that great, you know, getting them on target. He needs to vary where he puts the ball. But he's defensively as well. He's quite good at actually clearing the ball. Like I said, tenacity. He's very good. For 22, he's very dominant and he bullies centre halves, making him it makes it difficult for him to mark them really. He's a good focal point. In and out of the box, both as a target man and threat in the final third. He's what you call the modern day kind of number 9. Possession, blend physical attributes, technical skills, and a goal scoring ability. Now, the problem where he comes is that he needs space. So he's a ball carrier. He's somebody who needs space. He needs space to be able to run into. If you shut down the space, he's not that great against low blocks. He's not very great because to be really good against low blocks, I think it's an aspect of his game you have to develop to have a really good close control, to be able to skip past people and then have a shot. But if there's space to run into, he's the type of guy that he can hold the ball halfway line. If he gets a little bit stiff, he can turn and actually run. One of the best attributes for him, what might fit into the type of player, me and Jarvis have done the research on Amorim. He likes players who can carry the ball. Yep. He likes players who can go from the halfway line to the other goal very quickly. And he actually likes players who don't just run down the middle, but run, diagonals, run to the sides and make runs in the, what are they called when you make the run in the channels. So he can go from the channel and turn and then go towards goal. He's very good at that. Very good at that. But against low blocks, if there's too many players around him, he struggles to keep the ball, because he needs space to be able to burst. He's got the power and pace to be able to burst through, but he hasn't got the quick feet to change directions. He hasn't got the quick feet. One thing that he has got, though, he can finish with his left foot. He can finish. His left foot is quite good. And actually, for the Premier League, he converts, he's got the same conversion rate as in the Premier League this season as Hojlund. And that's no means feat, you know what I mean? That is a big, big thing. But he's got a lot to learn about when the game is congested, when there's too many players in the box. He doesn't know how to ghost yet. He needs to improve on his, you know what I mean, where they're going, seeing the number. Rasmus is good at that. Rasmus is better actually seeing getting them on the right side of the centre halves where he can see his number, where he can either go in front or go in behind on the other side. Delap is not that there at the moment. He's not that. But all aspects of the hold-up play, the strength, the shooting power, shooting from outside the box, from any angle, whether it's coming on from the right to left or left to right, he's very good at whipping balls into the corners. And he's the type of player, when he hits the ball is hit. Now, the question I have for you guys is that everything I've told you, is he ready? And I can show you a little bit of FB, what that says about his stats. So let's go to, let me just go to present. Let's have a look at his FP things from this season. As you can see there, he doesn't look amazing, but look at the progressive carries. Look, 83 percentile. Successful take-ons, 88 percentile, and that's quite high. Clearances defensively, he's very good. I look 73. Non-penalty goals, 55. Shot creating actions, look, 55.
Yeah, but if you look at his stats, Nordin, you can imagine in a better team than Ipswich.
Yeah.
If you are the guy who
He's
carries
doing
the
it.
ball, takes on your defender, and actually succeeds, it will probably create more chances. So yeah, I think he will be the right fit.
One thing though, like honestly, if you see him play, guys, he's exactly what Amarim's type of striker is. Goalkeeper's guy does exactly the same. Turns halfway, runs. You know what I mean? How many times have you seen that, Jarvis? Goalkeeper's for Sporting Lisbon on the Amarim. He can just put the burners on. You know what I mean? And run. And actually run the channels. He's very good at getting the ball. You know, the ball gets played into him. He's very good at getting it and turning. He's got that strength and power to shake people off. But I think he obviously is 22. He needs to develop. I genuinely do think if we're going to sign him, we're going to need another 28-year-old, maybe 27-year-old striker. We need somebody experienced at the football club. We definitely need somebody that they can learn of. And I think he's the type of guy that he's only going to improve. The raw materials are there for what I see with my own eyes. What I watched this season from him, I looked at the certain attributes and I've gone, this guy looks like if he goes on that developmental trajectory, he can be. Now the question is, if you're him, Bombaye, do you come to Manchester United when there's this extreme pressure on you to be the number 9 for Manchester United, or let me finish? Do you go to a Spurs? Do you go to a Villa? From all the scouting reports that I read, the best team they said for him is Villa because of the way they play, because of the transition, because he's a transition player. He literally starts the transition. You know what I mean? He wins the ball sometimes up the pitch because the way he presses, and then he turns defense into attack very quickly because he's a good ball carrier. And that's what one of the articles that I read today was that they said he is suited specifically to Unai Emery's style of play on the Villa. So if you're Delap, do you go to Manchester United and get all of that pressure and actually maybe stunt your growth? Or do you go to the next team now, established Premier League team, going at, definitely in Europe, next season, hoping to fight for some Europa League next season, and then progress from there before you go to Manchester United and develop your game, next to Watkins?
If he's a dumb shit, he goes to Tottenham. So don't do that, Rory.
His name's Liam.
Sorry, Liam. Rory Delap. Yeah, get him in. Get Rory in.
Was that his dad with a long froze? By the way, your breathing is back. You're breathing very heavy, by the way. Everybody's enjoying that.
So Rory, Liam Delap. Don't go to Spurs, pal. Villa, yes. Obviously, you can see long-term replacement for Ollie Watkins. He's raw, Liam Delap. The funny thing when I think about Liam Delap is he has similar qualities to Rasmus Hojlund. The only difference is he knows what he's doing and his confidence is high. Another thing that me and Jarvis discussed was Ipswich is a different team to Man United. So I don't know if you put Rasmus Hojlund in Ipswich if anything changes. But right now, when you look at Manchester United, if we were to bring him in today, what's it going to look like? What's the service like? What's the wide service like? It's hit and miss. What's the penetration like? The balance is off in Man United for a lot of this season. We've been defensively heavy and light up top. Our striker is dropping into the 9 position a lot, kicking and punching. His job is to give it off and then burst through. So Liam Delap does good things, but I look at Hojlund and think, you've got a lot of the similar qualities. You're a right footer. Your aerial ability is non-existent, but I just feel that Rasmus Hojlund is not playing anywhere near what Rasmus Hojlund I've seen him do before. He's actually gotten worse. He's stagnated and he's at a standstill. His confidence is on the floor. And maybe that's to do with the fact that you're £72 million. You're leading the line for one of the biggest clubs in the world. Every week, 75,000 people are watching you. Hundreds of millions of people are tuning in to watch you. What you're doing, what's going on. And at a certain point, the manager has to take him out the firing line, which he has. He's not starting every game. We're doing the Xerxes thing. And all this culminates to really affect a player. I look at Rasmus, I see a finisher. Left foot, right foot, can make a goal for himself. In the air is a problem. But the problem with Rasmus, he's lost. He's lost. He's not found his feet within the framework of this team. His runs are not there. He's static. His work is scruffy. He should be using his body, man, to just hold defenders off, get the ball under control. That's one problem that I don't like with Rasmus. He has a nice touch. He does a flick and that. But when I'm asking him to control the ball, kill it dead, instead of needing 2-3 touches to get it under, this is a problem. You have to fix that problem. You have to fix that problem, man. So Liam Delap is raw, bro. I like him. I think he's done well. His goal ratio is good considering he plays for Ipswich. He's a possibility. He's not a guarantee for me, Liam Delap. He's a possibility.
I mean, it's all a possibility now, right? I think for me, the way I'm looking at it,
if say Sean Osimhen or you gave me someone like a killer, then yeah, okay, get him in. They should change, revolutionize. But this one is, maybe not. Is it going to solve the issue of the Hojlund? Is it going to be a sure banker? Is it a real step up? That's the question here. I want a project? Do you know what I mean?
I want to address that question specifically because that's what's interesting to me about this conversation for Delap. I think it would tell me about where Ineos, how they're planning basically for the future. I think if we sign Osimhen, that signals to me. Osimhen is young, everything obviously, right? But like I foresee a bidding war with Osimhen. I see a player that has a much bigger personality than I think Amorim is looking for. And these are all like, you have to weigh both sides of the argument. So I can see why Ineos and Amorim would be looking at somebody like Delap. Because it's Delap, you're coming from Ipswich, you're gonna cost us $40 million or pounds at most. We're not gonna have to pay you more than we currently pay Xerxes or Hojlund. So your wages are gonna be reasonable. I'm not looking for you, that's Delap. I'm not looking for you to come and make us title contenders immediately. I want you to try and thrive in this group of young, similar players, right? So I think there's something to be said for Delap. I think there's a lot of value in looking to quote-unquote smaller clubs in the Premier League and trying to pick off some of their potential young players. We used to do that in the past. We used to be the club who would go to, a Newcastle or a Tottenham or an Aston Villa and say, oh, hey, give us your bright young prospect, or West Ham, from your team. So I like this approach to doing that. I think it just tells me that Ineos isn't trying to solve our striker problem with a silver bullet next season. It's signaling to me more about their strategy and how they're thinking about it, as opposed to, I think if we wanted to, we could get either Osimhen or Delap. But I think the choice to go with one is one of like actual style of play and strategy. So either one works for me, honestly, because I don't expect either of them to really. Osimhen is definitely going to score more goals and everything, but I think people might look to Osimhen too much as like a silver bullet, like as opposed to Delap that looks more like a team based signing.
The biggest thing for me is about the wages. I think Osimhen is going to get offered big wages wherever he goes to. And Ineos have said they're not willing to pay. They've come out and spelled it out more than once to say that they're only paying moderate wages. They're no longer paying big wages. Big up Luani.
Hey, big up.
I don't know if you heard my analysis, my pros and cons on Liam Delap. I think Manchester United are obsessed with Goalkeepers and Osman. I think there are other strikers who are experienced, and they can, if they're going to sign Delap, then they can sign the 26-year-old striker, and it can be somebody else. But where do you stand on Delap and Osman? Who would you go for?
Good evening, all the members of the panel. Good evening, the chat. When it comes to Lyon Delap, I actually rate him. Now, I see we're comparing him to what we already have in Rasmus. When it comes to strikers in football, you can have good footballers that are not necessarily good strikers, and then you can have good strikers that are not necessarily good footballers. It takes like a to be a good striker, to be a great striker, it takes like a balance of both. You have to be a good footballer, and then you have to have also the instinct of being in the box. It's something you can teach on both sides. You can teach somebody to be a good footballer. You either born with it or you're not. You can manufacture that in a lab. You can also teach somebody to be a good striker. You also born with it. Either you have that instinct. If you ask most of the strikers, some of them, when the ball is in a certain area of the pitch, they start drifting into some area and in unbeknown of themselves. It's almost instinct. They don't think about it. Their body just find that space. And when the ball come there, they always there. Or when the ball is shot on goal, they don't wait for the keeper to parry it back. They're already on their bike. That you can teach that. So when it comes to Rasmus, the issue with him is that he doesn't have the fundamental. And the fundamental for any footballer is your first touch. You protecting the ball with your body, knowing exactly where the opponent is and putting your body between your opponent and the ball. Those are basic things that you can, at this age, at this level, he cannot learn those kind of things. It's too late for that. So when it comes to that, I feel sorry for him. I think we're more in love with what he looked like or what he might be able to do because of his physique, rather than come to the grasp with the reality of what we can see with our own eyes. So yeah, for me, he's not United level striker. Now, when it comes to Delap, he have all the intangible to be an
Wait, now,
excellent striker. Yeah.
you just came and I don't want to fight, but like, I mean, let me push back a little on what you're saying. So,
Yeah.
Is your expectation, because Hojlund has been here for 2 years, right? Two
Yeah.
years at United, and in those 2 years we came 8th and 13th. So is for Hojlund to have proven himself, right? Is the expectation that he should have scored lots of goals or performed very well in spite of where the team found themselves. So this judgment you're making of Hojlund, is your issue with him that despite all Ten Hag's failures, despite the overall failures in the team, despite all the problems this season, that despite all of that, Hojlund personally on his own should have been thriving or shining?
That's an excellent question. The rebuke to that, I will tell you, is look at Leon Delap. Look at the team he is in. They tag for relegation, but he still can be. We can still see him as a striker, and he's still shining despite how bad their team is. So that's to tell you. That's to speak to what he
doesn't.
is
You know
as a
what? I
footballer.
don't think he's taken any penalties, and he's scored 43% of Ipswich goals this season.
Yeah. So I'm talking about the overall game. When we watch football, and you can have a bad team around you, but your overall play, your performance as an individual could like overshine how bad the team is, and consistently. That's what we can say about Delap. But we are sitting here week in, week out, regardless of how we perform, and we are criticizing Rasmus. And we're not even criticizing him for like being unlucky or anything. We're criticizing him for basic stuff, not even striker stuff, basic stuff that a footballer should be able to do at his level.
Definitely he struggled. Definitely struggled. Less so. What did you think about the pros and cons that I gave about Delap? And do you think Manchester United should also sign him and another experienced striker as well? We don't all as an Ottoman. We could get somebody for 25 million from Europe who is 26-year-old. What do you think about Leon Delap? Would you sign him? Do you like him? Would you sign him for Manchester United?
Actually, funny enough, I actually do like him. But he needs to come on board with another striker. If we're gonna sign him alone, I'd say we shouldn't do that. Because it's obvious that this is not going to, it's not gonna end well for everyone in part. We're in a toxic environment at the moment. The fan base is a very impatient one, and we'll be literally, throwing him in a baptism of fire if we were to bring him as a sole striker. And with the expectations at Manchester United, it's a different ball game. I hear about the whole Ipswich thing, but it's a ball game when you're playing it for a club of this size. If you look at all the managers, even with Sir Alex and all these other guys, like when you build a team, you do not build it with just a young player. You always have a young striker and an experienced striker next to him. It has never worked with a young striker, ever, at this level.
It's about the pressure. It's about the level of pressure that he'll be under Manchester United. But I just want to say, when looking at his attributes, Mbaye, he's got the attributes that fits into what Amorim wants. Running the channels, very strong, ball carrier. That's where he struggles, is against low block, Mbaye. That's where he struggles. And he's close control when there's too many people around him. He's not that great. But what do you think about Delap, Mbaye?
Wait, I mean, okay. I'm trying to say before my jumps in, I was trying to say that like the thing about pressure, right, for Delap, it depends on your expectation. Like honestly, it depends on. That's why I was saying that like the signing for the striker would tell me a lot about Ineos' strategy and how Amorim is planning his team for next season and the future. So if we sign Osimhen, that says one thing. If we sign Delap, I think that communicates a whole different approach, basically, to football and to the development of the club. And if we sign just Delap, as the striking option that we have, I'm not expecting him to lead us to a title next season, right? So I wouldn't judge him too harshly if he doesn't achieve that, right? So based on the expectations that we have, we can't say everything we're saying right now about Delap and then come and be upset because he scored 13 goals in what was an exceptional season for him this season in the Premier League. So if he scores less than 13 goals, right? If he ends up in Hojlund or Zexi territory in terms of number of goals, I wouldn't be so upset because I'm not expecting much from him. On the other hand, if we sign Osimhen, the expectation will be different for Osimhen because Osimhen is an out-and-out goal scorer. So like I think it just depends on what you expect and what the club is trying to achieve. With Delap and I think Amorim is the kind of person who he wants very specific attributes from his players. So I don't mind, and again I don't mind in terms of getting value, like in terms of getting value from the markets. I don't think you can do much worse than looking for a Premier League club that is going to be relegated or that is much lower on the table and spending £40 million for a star player from there. That's good value, I think, if you ask me.
The thing with Osimhen is that Osimhen need a lot of chances to score his goal. So I don't know the way we play in our system right now and the way the league is designed with the physicality and most of the team low blocking us. I don't know if you get that much of those chances. When it comes to Delap, he have all the intangible of a good striker. He have a good touch on him. He's strong. He's physical. He can run the channel very well, and he have a good eye for goal. I think we should bring him in. He's Premier League proven. And personally, I rate any striker that have a chance to come from all the way from the bottom, from the championship, or it's a baptism of fire. He have a chance to work on his game all the way up. I rate them. He's Premier League proving. He come all the way from the championship. He's ready to go. I'm not worried too much about the pressure. We say the same thing about Lenny Yero. Now we throw him in. Look at him. He took to it like a fish to water. Same thing with Ahmad. If you're good enough, I don't think the pressure is in it. Pressure is overrated. If you're good, you're good.
I've never seen a signing where the club that signed the player says this player is not good enough, but we're signing him anyway. Like everything you just described about Delap, good touch, running into channels, all that kind of stuff sounds like what we said about Hojlund. Sounds like what we said about Xerxes.
But
sounds like what Arsenal fans said about Nicola Pepe. before they spent 70 million on him.
Sean, definitely in the Premier League this season for Ipswich, Liam Delap has performed way better than Rasmus Hojlund, and actually showing the attributes that I talked about. It's not just what is a figment of him, man. We've actually watched him in games doing that. And the crazy thing about him is that the way he wants to play, the way he goes to the channels, and the way he runs, the only difference is that actually he'd be better in terms of what the scouting report said. He will suit better someone like Villa, where the transition. And a lot of the teams in the Premier League play with a transition. But in terms of the way he plays and the ball carrying ability is exactly what Amarin wants. And Goalkeepers does that. I don't know if I'm wrong, Jarvis.
No, I think you're right. The interesting thing is if you look at the heat map of both players. So look at this. This is Liam Delap. Let's do this one first. It's Hojlund. So we look at the heat map of Hojlund and look at the heat map of Liam Delap. Hojlund is on the left and Delap is on the right. So my thing when it comes to Hojlund, if you look at Hojlund's heat map, you can clearly see there's no consistency in Hojlund's movement. So there's no wonder that his teammates can't find him on the pitch. He can complain about no service, but there's no consistency where he moves, how he moves.
Jarvis, they don't like him. His teammates don't like him.
But they don't trust him. That's for sure. They don't trust him.
It's absolutely clear. They don't want to pass to him. They ignore him.
No, but Jarvis, I mean, what do you mean by this difference? It looks to me like the heat map is fairly similar in the sense that there's a lot of.
Look
just
at
for 1
Delap,
second.
Look at Delap.
I see Delap now. I was about to say what I see as a difference. The difference I see is there's a lot more concentration for Delap spread across the final third, whereas Hojlund is, most of the starts happen in the left side of the attacking third. So that area
there, but
yeah.
And he drops down in this pocket and he stands in the mid circle at the beginning of every game.
Overall, the map looks to me a little similar, except for the fact that, as you guys are saying, Delap probably gets on the ball a lot more than Hojlund for their respective teams. But in terms of the path, it looks kind of what you would expect from a striker dropping in deep. Except you guys said that Delap is right-footed, right? So he seems to favor his left side, which is an interesting factor. But
that's a good observation, Sean. But another thing is you got to remember that Ipswich are a worse team, and they hardly press high and dominate teams. So being a striker at a team like Ipswich, they are going down.
Yep.
His heat map is quite high up the pitch. And in a better team, if United gets going, if you have better number 10s in our team, I think his heat map will be higher up the pitch. It will be inside the 18-yard box, the dark red, in how he moves.
No, I'm a fan of the signing. I think it's, again, I know we don't like.
But I think we can't just sign him alone. That's my problem, Sean. We can't just Manchester United cannot just sign him alone, and that's why I agree with Lesso. We cannot just sign him alone. I just want to give you, because obviously we want to be fair on balance.
No, but why can't we sign him alone?
I just want to give you some of these weaknesses, and I think I'll repeat them again. Ball retention is not that great. Passing accuracy is really bad, actually. Dribbling in tight spaces is not that good. Creative, to tight spaces. One thing he's good at is if he receives the ball in the halfway line, anybody in the last third, he's quickly to get it out of his feet, to get it out wide, and then get in the box. And he's not a playmaker. Some strikers can play make as well, but he's not. So they're the things he has to work on. But he's not he's not the complete finished article. But the problem is this, Sean, is that what we're talking about is what we've experienced in real time, is that to be number 9 for Manchester United, and you know what your boys are going to do. You know what Ineos are going to do. They're going to market the shit out of him, slam him everywhere to sell shirts, and then hype him up. And then when he gets on the football pitch, we've said it even how many years we've been saying, Sean, majority of us have been pointing out, playing for Manchester United up front, a lot of times the graveyard shift. That you don't get that much service. You know what I
No,
mean?
but
Because we haven't got we've not sorted out the midfield since Hargreaves, Carrick, and Scholes. And we've always struggled, other than that first season under Jose where Pogba was just on fire.
No, but we do have some.
Zlatan was banging in
As
goals.
as
right,
far
left,
as
and
we
centre.
have agency now, as far as we have agency, right? So knowing what you just said, which I agree with, that is lots of pressure. Knowing what you just said, that to me means that as fans, we should not be insulting Delap 3 months into
But
his
you
time
know
at
that's
United.
how it's going to work, Sean. You know that it doesn't work.
Yeah, I mean,
know
it starts with
Well,
each
the
and every one of
frustration,
us
the
making the
frustration
commitments
of Manchester
to.
United fans, the
Okay.
frustration of Manchester United fans goes on the players and the coach. We
I'll
take
be,
it out
I'll
on other
be,
people who bought people here.
But guys,
I'll be.
can I just go through this heat map thing? I just want to finish because if you look here, I brought up Jokenes and his heat map, how he moves. It's a Portuguese league. They are a dominant team. Obviously, he will be higher up the pitch, but you see a little bit of. So I say, if you look at Delap in a better team, he will probably move higher up the pitch, more red inside the box. So I think they could be similar type of players. And for example, if you go for a player like Osimhen, no, how do you write it? Victor Osimhen. You look, he's more of a box striker. See his heat map. He's more dark red in front of goal.
Yeah, you have to supply.
So
you have to supply him. You have to put balls in the box. Yeah,
but
you have to put
I
balls
think a
into the
player
box.
like Osimhen, he will need a lot of service. He will need good wing backs who can cross the ball. And
you know what? We're gonna go, but let's get the last word from Bombay because he's got to go to bed. Go ahead, Bombay. We're gonna finish in a minute anyway.
Guys, everybody in the comments, big up yourselves. Absolute pleasure as always. And
Bombay, are you gonna buy?
you.
Are you gonna buy
Yeah,
Lyon
man.
Delap? Did I come around and tell you what did he say about Lyon Delap? Will you have him?
Yeah, man, why not? Get him in. You can't get any worse than this game in.
Is that a part of the PR? You are Jim at the moment, innit? Representative of Jim. By the way, Sean, the other night, you should be proud of Bombay. He did you proud. You stood here and
holding
yeah.
it down, Sean, when in your absence, man. Even Bruno kicking, we had to stand up and.
I'll go on record and say that if we do sign Delap, he will probably be the better striker we've signed since the departure of Alex Ferguson. I would say he'll be more complete than Ronaldo. He's more complete than Cavani. He's better than Luka. We signed Cavani at his when he's almost close to retirement. He's technically better than Lukaku. And he have better legs than Igalo. So and he's if you compare him to Greenwood or Martial, he's a better header of the ball than both. So I'll go on record to say if we sign him.
His aerial attraction scoring headers though is not that great.
Exactly.
Left foot, right foot. He's very good at with left foot, but his accuracy. He wins his headers, but he's not accurate yet. But that's the thing you develop to get better.
Exactly. He's young. His learning curve is probably ascendant, and I think we can do well with him.
And by the way,
I mean that's high praise.
Jason Wilcox knows him because he knows him from Man City as well. Jason Wilcox. It's a link with Jason Wilcox, and that's why United seem to be confident. But I think we need an older striker as well. But guys,
I think that's the kind of thing that's the kind of thing that sets up Delap for failure, right? So when we start comparing him to Cavani and the likes and the likes, I think also when you start saying we must sign him with an older striker, I don't agree. I don't see why we need to sign him with anybody else.
I think we do. I think we need somebody to take the pressure off them. I think we need a professional to be able to fit in and let the boys develop, Sean. Because
I don't think we should spend
from the fan base is going to be too much. It's going to be really too much.
I don't think we should spend
I think
money.
At times he needs to be taken out. I personally think you can't have him and Rasmus in here and together. I think Rasmus will have to go on loan or maybe to be sold.
I think what you mean to say is that it's not the ideal situation, right? Which I agree with you. It's not ideal for us to be relying on Delap and Hojlund. But as far as I'm concerned, we shouldn't spend, tens of millions of pounds on any striker that we cannot get at least 5 years from in terms of their career. Where the club is right now. If I look around in the markets, the season strikers that are available basically are not realistic in terms of the purchase price. So unless you're getting me and Igalo, unless you're getting me a Henrik Larsson. Somebody who is looking for an adventure, a good time, somebody like Ericsson, but as a striker, sure, no problem. But for Delap, I think fans have agency, right? Let us make the commitments to ourselves as fans going forward that we are not going to put unnecessary pressure on Delap. And when we come around other fans who are doing that, then we have a responsibility to push back on, unrealistic expectations for Delap. So, like, it's not happening in a vacuum. The idea that fans will just turn on Delap. No, it's each and every one of us in the various communities that we are that will set the tone for how these players are treated. So welcome Delap. Come to this, group of young, bright, filled with potential group of players that we have, and come and show what you can do. No pressure right now. At least we're all developing over the next few years.
Anybody that's forged in the fire of the championship, I respect that. It's a long road to the Premier League. If you're able to sustain yourself in the championship, you're Premier League ready more than anybody.
I hear that, but hey, guys, we can't speak for the entire fan base, to be honest. You've got a couple of other, 700 to 800 million people who are not going to be easy on the ledge. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we need to be careful with, and say, because I think I'm not going to go hard on him. Everyone else is going to do it. You must understand that we're in a position where, the club at the moment, like, people are very pissed off, and it's a toxic environment all in all. So you need, in this case, when you recruit, and especially in the striking position, because that's one of the most pressured position to play for in the team, you cannot solely rely on a 22 or 23-year-old to come in and set the tone for everything. The pressure will be there on that striker specifically. Hence why even with Sir Alex, when he was building his teams, he never built it with a young striker. He always got someone older, and then he supplemented with the younger strikers. So for me, I'm sorry, like, I have to, guys like Mateta are available. If you can bring someone like Mateta who's Premier League proven, and
Listen, how much do you think we can get for Mateta? How much do you think we spend on Mateta to get him for Crystal Palace?
You can get him for 30 million.
You think Mateta would cost less than? You think Mateta would cost less than Delap?
You can get him for 30 million. What's his contract length right now at Crystal Palace? How many years does he have left?
Regardless of how long he has left.
Can someone search it for me?
No, but regardless of however long he has left.
That's the thing. They have Nketiah, they have Edouard, they have options, so they can sell. He's expendable. That's the thing.
Wait, so Jarvis, are you agreeing that we can get Mateta for less than?
Yeah, but I don't want Mateta. He's not good enough. I think we are. We have to be sensible. The thing is, we need a good striker who's experienced, and we need to give the second striker role to Chido. That's how I would like to do it. Sell Hojlund, get in a big name and Chido. I think that they could lead the line together next season.
To answer your question, his contract is until 2027. I agree that Mateta isn't good enough, but I think in Premier League tax, I just don't see a world where Mateta, as highly rated as he is, costs less than Delap.
Guys,
I don't think so.
Snobs. I just want to remind people, Manchester United are fucking 14th. And we cannot be snobs thinking that Mateta is not good enough. It's not good enough. We've got shit fucking players.
He's not good enough.
He's not good enough, Norodin. Jean-Philippe Mateta give me shade of Lukaku. Just a bit more technique, but too heavy. Way too heavy. Not mobile enough for me. If we don't have the midfield, we don't have the midfield that play like Crystal Palace midfield. We don't have an Eze. We don't have people to feed him the ball one time so he can run on goal and shoot. We don't have that. He's gonna have to manufacture his own chance. I haven't seen enough of that this season from him.
I'm just saying to you guys, the goals that he's been scoring the last 2 seasons, maybe it's the system. You could put that down to the system, or maybe the maturity that he's reaching, because he's 26, 27 now, I think. But honestly, you cannot be snubbing. You just sound like snobs. He's not this. I don't think Manchester United can say that anymore because we're shit. I just want to remind you guys.
What do you mean now? Like, so do we want to remain shit?
The
Like,
idea that we think we're better than these, do you think the idea that we think we're better than these players are way gone?
But
you guys are living in the past.
It's not what I'm saying. I'm saying I don't think it's good enough, and we got to think more than next season when we buy a player. If
no,
we spend,
I'm not
let's
saying
say
that.
if we splash 35, 40, 45 million on a player, we should think longer than just next season. And Mateta, I think, is a short-term option, first of all, and I think he's not having the quality needed for us to eventually compete. I don't think he's the guy who can take us to the next step. He will improve us, yes, because Hojlund is terrible, but the thing is, I think we need a better name, a better striker with more quality. I know he can score goals.
I don't
but
think
we need more quality.
The biggest thing what I have with you guys is that you guys think we can have we should have, I think we should have 4 strikers. The difference between me and majority of you guys, I think we should have 3 to 4 strikers. I really think that. I genuinely do believe that, because if they're not playing form, if they're young and they need developing, you need to be able to take them out and have some reliability. And different times of the season, you're going to rely on different kind of play. I think Manchester United should leave us 3 strikers. You never know with injuries. You never know.
And we do now with Xerxes, Hojlund, and now Delap. That's 3 plus Chido, right? So what are we trying to achieve when we're looking for an old guy like Mateta to join the parade? Like, what are we trying to? Are we trying to end top 4? Are we trying to win the league? What are we trying to do? Like, basically, that's the question.
We're not.
Right?
We're not trying. We're nowhere near. We're nowhere near with what the way Ineos are moving. We're nowhere near because they want to buy the Crash FC. The Crash the babies. Like that's what they are. That's what they want to drop. That's why they want to buy.
I think it's a reasonable business model.
We're not going to get the time, Sean, to develop, because you know how our fan base is, and you know the.
No, I don't. I don't know how the fan base
is. You know how the pressure is.
And I don't agree that, like, again, I don't agree that the fans are like some blob disconnected from the narrative.
Yes,
the reality is that the narrative, the temperature is set by.
A lot of fans like me don't want that. Manchester United makes over 6. Let me just tell you, Manchester United make over £600 million in profit. Manchester United should be able to go and get 6-7 back the manager the Ineos are bought into this fucking football club, other than being cheap fucking skates. That's what I think. That's what I think. I think you should go and get. I think you should go and get a mixture of young, talented players as well as quality, experienced footballers. I think you can do that. I think you can do 3 and 3.
But like when you make it a contest about righteousness, right? Of course you would win. You want to describe the perfect scenario. Yeah, no problem. We should take out of the 600 million and go and buy. It's the truth. Yes, also it's the ideal.
Manchester United, even when we're 14, 13, we're still live on television. The worldwide audience still tunes in.
And so we should, in quotes, right? Quote unquote, we should do X, Y, and Z. But there's a problem making the perfect the enemy of the good. And I don't want to do that. So I'm looking at.
You're telling me, so Sean, you're arguing against me. I don't want to go on too long because we're going on too long. And most of you guys need to go to bed. Well, those of us in Europe want to go to bed. You're in America. I don't know how far what we are. But I'll just tell you this now. I'm in South Africa. I'll tell you this now. You're telling me Manchester United could not have an experienced striker at the age of 27, maybe 26, and also sign Liam Delap. Is that what you're telling me? Is that what you're telling me?
That's
From
not what
Manchester
I'm telling
United
you.
being 14th, for the coach that they bought mid-season, spent 12 million on him, and now that next season the expectations are going to be through, and he's not going to get the opportunity and the time unless people see him improving quickly. And we're not talking about next year, we're talking about next season, which is this year, Sean.
We just had like a good 45 minutes of talking about striker conversation, and I'm very disappointed that that's your takeaway from that whole conversation.
But what you're arguing against? I don't know what you're arguing
against. That's the problem, right? Like, and you're proving my point about the fact that fans have a lot of agency. So what you just demonstrated right now was
Sean, forget the fans. Majority of fans, whether they're in the stadium or they're in Twitter, or whether they are in the world, Manchester United have a certain level of standards. So this is what I want to get into you. It's not just the Twitter crowd. It's the standards of the Manchester United have come off the second season in the worst season in the history of the Premier League. And the Ineos bought in a coach and they didn't back him in January. They took 2 attacking players from him. And what we're saying now is that they can't sign 2 strikers. One of them 27.
That's not what we're saying.
22. What are you saying?
That's not what we're saying. So we discussed. I literally said that I think if we're going to sign an experienced 27, 28, 30-year-old player, I would like it to be somebody like.
They're not going to sign 30-year-old. They're not going to sign 30-year-old. They said that's out of the question, right?
Okay, 27, 28.
26 type of year in the player. I don't know why you fans think that Manchester United could not go and sign and back this manager that they bought into
you're proving
that has a specific system that needs players that we've realized in the last how many months that actually majority of these players do not fit into his system, and it's there plain and clear for everybody.
The disconnect comes from you not listening, Eugene, right? And that's the point I'm making about the fans not being patient with Delap. The problem with United right now is that there are many fans.
Our fan base are going to be patient next season if the
but you're proving my point because you don't have even the patience to let me say 1 minute of a sentence, right? So that's my entire point. That like many fans. No, because you're making my points for me, and if it were any more on the nose, right, it would be a pimple. My point is quite clearly that like the fans have a lot of agency, and unfortunately, there are way too many people trying to prosecute an agenda, right? And this agenda blocks them from being able to hear anything else. So when I say that, we just discussed all the the markets, the market for players, the state of our squad, the state of the Premier League, and we ended up basically concluding that we all like Delap. We all agree that we would like to sign Delap at somebody else, but most likely we would not be able to sign somebody. What you're looking for, right, like I said, is righteousness points. You're looking to be validated in your anger that things should be better than they are right now. And I agree with you. I agree we should. 600 million, we should buy an experienced striker. But that's not where we are, right? So we're talking about the situation as it is, and we're saying, given what's likely to happen this summer, we're going to probably end up signing 1 striker. Do we mind if one striker is Delap? I'm saying personally, I don't mind, because I don't expect us to win the league or to be in the top 4 next year. So I don't mind following Delap on a 3-year journey. Basically, I don't mind following Delap and Amorim on a 3 to 4 year journey of consistent improvement year over year. It's that simple.
How is signing a striker, a better striker, even going to improve us as a team? We need better midfielder than Bruno, Ugarte, and Casemiro. We need better 10. We need better 10 than Eriksen and Garnacho. We need better wingers than Dalot.
Luani, please hold it there. Us in Europe, we need to go to bed. Jarvis, big up to you for staying awake. Last word from you before the show. Last word from you, because Sean thinks fans should know better. Fans do not give a fuck about knowing better. They have certain expectations for Manchester United. Manchester United are one of the most profitable football clubs, even in the times where fucking shit. So they expect this coach that Ineos bought in and only giving him 2.5 year contract, right? 2.5 fucking year contract. 10 games into next season, the pressure is on. I don't know what you're talking about. 3 years. I don't know what this Jackinory story you're telling us. Jarvis, quickly, last word from you.
Yeah, it's interesting debate, guys. And Mateta, maybe he's the guy. Maybe Delap is the guy. But I have my guy. I found him. I scouted the guy, and I showed you the heat maps. So let's just bring it up again. And I just want to, because on Tactical Devils yesterday, I presented a new guy that I scouted a little bit. His name is Mika Barrett. He plays for Monaco. And if you look at Osimhen's heat map here, but I want to bring back Jokenes. Let's bring him up. Jokenes. Oh, his name is terrible. No, it's not like this. There we go. Gyökeres. So this is Gyökeres' heat map. This is Delap's heat map. So, but if I bring up this guy that I know, Mika Barrett. If you look at his heat map, it's not that far away from Gyökeres. At least he's active inside the box. And I want a player that's actually a goal scorer, who's pinned down the two opposite centre backs and create some space while wing backs, while number 10s to create. And I feel this is where Hojlund loses every time. Me and Stu always, when we do the match reaction shows, we talk about Hojlund's movement. Where is Hojlund now? Shouldn't Hojlund be in there? Why? It's so frustrating to watch, and it doesn't seem to learn. So I don't want to go on this Hojlund trip anymore. I don't want to see Hojlund play for us anymore. I have no faith that he will come good. And I think the only solution is to sell him, but I don't think we can afford. We won't take the loss. So the best solution now, realistically, is to loan him out for a season and then try to sell him. Hopefully, the seasonal loan will be successful, and we should look elsewhere and preferably sign 2 strikers. If not, sign someone and play him with Chido. So this Mika Barrett guy, I think he could be a good option for a couple of years.
But
So that's my
to
take on it.
To be fair, right? If Gyökeres come into this league, right, he will see low block unlike he's ever seen before. Do you see that 4-4-2 low block that Arsenal threw in front of him? He was lost in there. So that to take into consideration.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
As well.
This Mika Barrett guy, he looks like you found a gem. He looks like you found a gem, Jarvis. Look at this. 98 percentile, 97 extra. You know what I mean? Like, look here, assisted. So he's also a good passer of the ball, good creative imagination. But here as well, touches. Look at this, 82 percentile touches in the penalty. Progressive passes, interception. That means he's really good at pressing.
Mm-hmm. But the only thing he lacks is carrying, because he's higher up the pitch. Is
he in League 1?
Yeah, he's
in the front. All right, bring him in, certify right away. Bring him in.
But by the way, he's Danish.
Yeah.
Bring him in.
His history is Danish, but he has a British passport too. His dad is Danish.
British. Yeah.
He came through. He was born in England. He came through Fulham's under 18s. Then Arsenal picked him up. He played for Arsenal under 21. He poured in goals. Then he went all around on loans. Ended up in Austria. Went to Monaco now, and yeah, the history is now he had three hat tricks in the last 6 games or something like that.
Wow.
He's pouring in goals, and his mentor is the one and only Ian Wright for Arsenal. So I think he's quite good.
Yeah, listen, big up. We'll have to look at some more strikers in the next show. But big up to you. Go ahead, Sean. Last word from you, Lesso, and then Luani.
Just be the change you want to see in this world. If you're talking about patience or non-toxic fans, then apply that to yourself. But yeah, good luck to all United fans on Thursday. It's going to be a painful, really sensitive watch.
Play. So does that mean you changing your mind about the 3-0? Or what did you say? Did you say it was 3-0?
No, I'm sticking with 3-0. I just know it's going to be a very difficult watch, a painful, scary watch.
Okay.
So I'm sending love and solace to everyone out there that's United fan.
Big up. Let's go ahead. Last word from you.
No, this team, it'll make people go crazy, honestly. But let's just hope that we actually get a draw. Hopefully we get a draw or a win, preferably so. But realistically, I think a draw would be sufficient to take to Old Trafford. And let's just try and finish the season strongly. And yeah, Ineos are frauds. And yeah, the rest is history.
Go ahead.
Oh, last one for me. I just think we have a bigger problem than the striker position. Just give us 3 new midfielder: Bruno, Ugarte, Casemiro, they have to go. Give us 2 new 10s. Ericsson and Garnacho have to go. Give us better wing back. Dalo have to go. And then we can start having a conversation about the striker. Otherwise, we're back to
No,
Ahmad and
100% agree.
Yeah. So
I think we need to me, the most vital positions next season is the midfield playing next to whoever it is, maybe next to Ugarte, and also the 2 10s are so vital, and the right wing back is vital. And I personally believe Manchester United need to play wingers as wing backs.
yeah. Look, Arsenal put 3 past Real Madrid today, right? They put 3 past Real Madrid, Arsenal, but they don't have a striker. Play the football first, and then the rest come in.
Exactly. Big up to every one of you. Please smash a like on the video, subscribe to the channel. Let me know what you think about Delap. We give you his strength, we give you his weaknesses. We talked about Manchester United, expectations of the fans on Manchester United and in Ineos. And I agree with Lesso. I don't trust Ineos. I never wanted Ineos. This channel was clear and concise about it and told everybody about what they were up to from day dot. And Manchester United, to me, in 2025, cannot afford 2 strikers. One of them mid-20s, one of them youngster. I find that really very fucking hard to believe. And players are out there, so they can find players, they can scout players. But it is what it is, people. We'll be back for the match reaction on Thursday. Big up to everybody. Please make sure you subscribe to the channels. Make sure that you check out Jarvis Cocker, Technical Devils. I can just quickly show you guys some of the media on there. What do you expect from that channel? So you can just quickly watch. There you go. Go and check that channel out. Go and check
every time I see Jarvis preview, it make me smile. It make me think if we take a referee and we put them in a time machine, we send them back, they will lose their head officiating.
Different times when football was
different
good.
time. Different time.
That looks like an 80s movie.
It's very retro. Very retro. What's going on? But big up to everybody. Make sure you please check out on Twitter, Bowley77, BOLE77. On YouTube, Tactical Devils is on there. Make sure you check out our Sean Thomas on Twitter. And make sure you tune into his geopolitical podcast, How We See Things, across all your podcast providers. Lesso Football is Black Rain at Black Rain on X. And Luwani is Luwani 1979 at X. Make sure you follow him if you want to know more about the football opinions. Bumbaye is never anywhere on the socials, is what it is. But you can check out Ben Elmore39 on X as well. Big up to Shakarian, big up to Khalees, big up to everybody who's tuned in tonight. Appreciate you. Those of us who watch this later, please let us know who you're going for. Should Manchester United sign 2 strikers, 1 experience and 1 youngster? Should they just sign 1? Do you like Liam Delap, or would you like someone like this Mika guy from
Barrett?
Yeah, Mika Barrett from
Mateta, Osimhen, Jokines, Eketye. So many.
Yeah, let us know in the comments. Who do you want? Who do you want a striker for United next season? Who can do it? But big up to everybody. Love and light. Big up to Khalees Romadi Lassie as well. And big up to Sheikh Arian. And big up love and light to all of you. Yeah, let us know what you think. Get your score predictions in. Do Manchester United have a chance? Let's have the conversation in the chat, people. It helps the channel. The more people talk in the comments and comment after the video, get the algorithm up. We're shadow banned, but we don't give a damn. Free Palestine, free Lebanon, free the Congo, free Sudan, free everybody, free all the indigenous people from colonization and imperialism and the hyper-militarism, F Zionism, F Glazers, F Ineos. And if you want to be down with them, then F you too. Love, light, take care, look after each other. Love is the answer. Peace. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night, guys. Good
And
night.
F the GCSEs while we're there as well. Don't mean nothing to you. Take care.
Take care, bro.
Take care.
Actually, let me just go and do the outro. Hey,
Nice.
the
It's on.
outro.
So just press N. It will.
There we go. There you go. Take care, people.